That was some angry music. Luckily, we're talking today about angry idioms, or idioms about anger. The first idiom we have is make a scene. Now, this is basically when you get angry or you show your anger in public. This can be done at the house as well, but you have to be around people. This is not an alone anger idiom. It is an idiom where people can see your anger. You know how in a movie you like to watch them? Pretty simple concept. Or TV show, you like to watch it. Pretty simple concept. Well, making a scene is kind of the same. Someone is actually showing their outward anger so much that people around start watching. And the people that are inside the argument, maybe the one who's yelling or the one who's receiving the yelling, can feel kind of embarrassed. And that's what make a scene is. Other people are watching you express your anger in maybe a more dramatic way. To throw a tantrum. Throwing a tantrum is basically when a child or an adult who acts like a child is expressing their anger in a childish way. Also, a tantrum, unlike making a scene, can also be done at home, in private. It doesn't have to be around people or in public. I personally can't really give you a demonstration of this. My voice doesn't go that high. But here's one from YouTube. Now, if you want to talk about an adult who is getting angry and you don't want to use the word tantrum because maybe they're not acting quite like a child, or maybe you don't want to say that they're acting like a child, you can say to throw a fit or to have a fit. That's when a person, basically just like a tantrum or very similar to it, starts to get very angry. Throw a fit also does not have to be in public. It can be at home as well. Now, throw a fit is widely used around the world, but if you wanted a little bit of a British slang, then you can say to throw or have a wobbly, which actually sounds kind of cute. Now, maybe throwing a temper, throwing a fit, or making a scene, these are all maybe not great things and it can show your anger. But what if we want to express someone that is having an extreme amount of anger? Someone who is showing an anger that is quite larger than just maybe throwing a tantrum at the grocery store, or throwing a fit because you have to do the dishes again, or maybe making a scene because, well, you didn't get your way. For more extreme idioms on anger, we can use to fly into a rage. Now, rage, as you might know, means extreme anger. And so when we fly into a rage, basically we are starting to express that extreme anger. Now, this can be done in ways that are very violent, even borderline or crossing the line of illegal. Or it can be done through the raising of the voice, or through showing actions like smashing walls or throwing things around the house. These are all very maybe not so healthy ways of showing anger, but we have an idiom because sometimes people do this. The final one we'll go over today is also expressing extreme amounts of anger. It's when someone usually bottles up anger inside, or doesn't express their anger very often, but it kind of builds up inside of them like a volcano, just building pressure until one day they explode. And that's what we say is to explode, or to explode in anger. And these people, they press it down, or they don't express it correctly, or they can't control that well of anger that's inside of them, and it just boom, explodes out of them in typically pretty violent ways. Well, there we have it. That is a few different idioms talking about one's anger, or how to talk about someone expressing anger. Now, after you're done expressing your anger, you might want to make your peace. And that's our little bonus phrase today. Bonus phrase! Basically, after that anger situation happens, you might feel a little sorry, or you might still have some sort of bad feeling between the two or more people or parties that were arguing or being angry. Well, to come back together, to say sorry, to apologize, to forgive, so that the situation now becomes good again, we can say to make one's peace. You make peace with each other. All right, guys, that is idioms about getting angry. Go ahead and tell me about how you have expressed your anger in the past, or how you've seen friends express their anger. Write down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time for more English with John.